Much better. Teachers, staff, parents, family, peers, colleagues, friends. Hello, and good evening to you all. I'll be honest with you, it was around 2 weeks ago that I was told I'd be up here imparting adult wisdom and a dash of inspiration. And I could not tell you what I would have done if I didn't have all of last week off to procrastinate on writing this speech. And yes, while I did procrastinate, I did two other things instead of preparing. I watched TV and I caught up on homework. But I don't regret this in the slightest. See, for me, most of what I did at LTM was procrastinate. And you know, this speech just wouldn't be the same without it. But primarily, because I've learned that nothing holds a person back more than regret. Now, I know the phrase "have no regrets" is a bit of a cliche, but some expressions are cliche for a reason. And let's be honest, these graduation speeches are riddled with cliches. When we think of regrets, we think of past mistakes, we think of missed opportunities, times we wish we could have been better. And let's face it, we all screw up sometimes. But with each mistake made, we're given the privilege to adapt, to evolve. We just spent 5 years together, and we've all had our share of follies, but the chance to have seen everyone grow and thrive is just a gift that simply cannot be repaid. See, regret is a curse. To regret our mistakes, to wish they simply never happened, is to choose to take the meaning away from our own growth. We grow by embracing our screw-ups, and to decide against regretting them is to decide to come to peace with our own imperfections. In a perfect world, we would have no need to regret in the first place, but we don't live in a perfect world. And to strive for betterness makes a person so much fuller than one who strives for perfection. In preparation for this speech, I watched a lot of videos online of other students giving other graduation speeches. And one thing I noticed in almost all of them was the use of the expression, "the real world." And I just, they would say, "We're now stepping into the real world," or "real life starts now." And I couldn't agree less. The real world was all around us the day we were born, and real life started the day we made our first conscious decision. We're all responsible for the choices that we make, but more importantly, when we make the wrong ones, we are responsible to take advantage of the opportunity to address them and develop. To deny this fact is, in a way, to procrastinate living. Life is terrifying, it's crippling even, and we can always find an excuse to push it away. We say that real life starts today, but some will choose to say that real life starts the day we get our first job, or we get married, or even retire. Real life is a choice, and I beg you to choose to live it now before you live to regret it. Now that the heavy stuff is over, I'd like to share with you something that I realized last week. What if I told you that I could extend your life right now? We've all heard the expression, "time flies when you're having fun." But I've come to understand that life works in the opposite way. Fun fact, the average human lifespan is approximately the same amount of time it takes to watch the first Harry Potter movie 300,000 times. Trust me, I did the math. But only 300,000 times, and that's it. I watch a dangerous amount of Netflix, and that kind of seems doable to me. Albert Einstein claimed that time is relative, and that applies as much to scientific theory as it does to the human lifespan. When you live your life placing negativity on your mistakes, knowing you'll regret them, That 300,000 Harry Potters doesn't sound like all that much time. But think about it. Watching Harry Potter 300,000 times. You can do so much in that time. You can cook, you can travel, you can spend time with your loved ones, you can read Harry Potter. When envisioning life to be one void of regret, it becomes a little bit longer. Like I said, regret is a curse. By avoiding to accept our faults, our vices, and our trauma, regret impedes and it restricts on any form of growth we may have. A regret is a lingering shred of self-doubt, and as it flourishes, we do not. Those who live a life of regret are those who deny themselves the ability to think and adapt, and in turn, manage to procrastinate growing up. Maintaining this mindset will only lead to life passing you by, and this is a person's greatest regret. But we're all here today, and I can confidently say that we are not in danger of falling prey to this regret. Graduation is now, and with a life of responsibility, that being the responsibility to embrace our own faults, comes a life of greatness and fulfillment. Don't regret your life, or your choices, or yourself. Who we've been, what we've done, and what we've been through, bad or good, is what has brought us to where we are today. These experiences are the foundation upon which we've built These experiences are the foundation upon which we've been built. And by regretting them, we're turning our back on who we are and who we will one day become. If I've learned anything from high school, it's that we're now prepared for anything. I'm just kidding. If I've learned anything from high school, it's that democracy is the answer to any history question, and if you use big enough words, Mr. Papa will give you good grades. Before I step off the stage, I'd like to say one last thing. Once you've lived your life, once you can take a breath and look back on it all, don't have any regrets. No matter what, accept what you've been, be content with what you are, and be confident in what you will become. A life regretted is no life at all. Thank you for being the people that I've grown up alongside. Thank you for being the mentors that taught me not what to think, but how to think. Thank you for being the faces that I'll remember when I think back on what made these 5 years important. And thank you all very much for listening.
Thank you very much. I think you just added some years to my life as well. Could I please have Mr. Desjardins and Mr. Lepage come to the stage for the presentation of the award.
He doesn't know what's going on.
He's got to fight now.
The Royal Canadian Legion Award, presented to Jacob. It's a certificate, check for $500 for attaining the highest average of the graduating class.
Thank you, sirs. We will begin with the awards ceremony part of this evening. I will continue with this. For this next award, I'm asking Jacob to stay up here, and I'll ask Mr. Frederick Greshner to come to the stage to present the Governor General's Academic Medal and the First Proficiency. The Governor General's Academic Medal was first awarded in 1873 by the Earl of Dufferin, and has since become one of the most prestigious awards a student in a Canadian educational institution may receive. The Governor General of Canada continues this tradition of encouraging scholarship across the nation and recognizing outstanding students. The recipient receives a medal for attaining the highest academic average in secondary 4 and 5 ministry exams. The recipient is Jacob Davies.
Yay!
Next, we have the Sir Wilfrid Laurier School Board Academic Achievement Award. Every year, the Sir Wilfrid Laurier School Board recognizes the top students in the graduating classes across the school board. This year, one student from the LTMHS graduating class scored in the top 10 highest averages of the school board. The recipient receives a medal and a $100 bursary. Congratulations.
He's dropping all his awards. Oh my goodness.
Go sit down.
For the next award, I would ask